Hi everyone, welcome to our third Lead Coffee Talk. My name is Rustam and today we have something special prepared for you. Today we're going to be talking about conflict resolution in a team. So, without further ado, let's jump right in.
Hey man.
Good to see you, Jethro.
You doing good?
Yeah. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good. I mean, yeah, things are going good.
I see you're all energized.
Yeah.
You're ready to spar your ideas with us. Yeah?
Ready to fight, yeah.
Well, before we do that, let me ask you first. Do you remember what we talked about last time?
Yeah, I think we spoke about feedback in the team and how to deliver that to different members of the team and what emotional level you kind of need to be at in order to deliver that feedback. So that's what we spoke about.
Awesome. So memory is still there?
Yeah.
So let me ask you then, what are your skills in resolving conflicts at the team?
Well, normally I resolve with some punches. No, no. I think conflict resolution is a very interesting situation, right? And obviously, we started off with a bit of a bit of a boxing match here, and that's not how you want your conflicts to go. I mean, hey, it might be a strategy to put two people in a room with some boxing gloves and let them go at it. That could be a way to resolve conflict. But I think generally, what you want to do is try to create a safe space where everyone can speak about what they would like to and not feel like they're attacked. So conflict is good, but it needs to be constructive conflict, right?
Awesome. I really appreciate that we're not going to be punching people today. So let's take a look at the team and the problems of today.
Yeah, perfect. Let's go. Cool.
Good to see you at this table again, Jethro. So today, let me introduce you to Sophie, Lars, and Lotte. So Sophie is our product owner. She obviously oversees the whole product development. She has quite a lot of experience, but she has also other responsibilities within the company. She cannot dedicate her full attention to the team.
Yep.
Then there's Lars, they're Scrum Master full-time, they're new to the team. Then there's also Lotte, UX UI designer, who is a senior, and she has been in the company for a few years.
Yep.
So the first problem I have prepared for you today is, nowadays, a lot of companies are in a hybrid working situation after the COVID, right? And Alpha team is also going to the office now once a week. However, now, half of the team express their desire to go to the office full time. However, the other half of the team wants to keep the hybrid working regime of working. What would be your approach to this?
Yeah, this is a very common situation that we find now post-COVID, right? A lot of companies would like to move back to what they had before, and a lot of people miss certain social aspects inside of the office. So I think in this kind of situation, my first idea would be to create a session where everyone's invited and we have an open conversation around the reasons why. Each there's two teams here, right? The one team wants to work at the office all the time, and the one team's happy with the hybrid situation. So I would ask the team that wants to work at the office, what is your reasoning, or what's the root cause that you would? What is the problem that you're trying to address by working at the office, right? The office is a tool. Previously, the office was something that we always had to do. Now the office has become more of a tool in our toolbox for achieving certain results, right? If you want to come to agreements as a team, or you want to have discussions around certain features, very nice to be in the same room, have a whiteboard, put some stickies on. So that's probably one of the reasons that they're speaking about. As I mentioned before, they probably are looking for some more collaborative moments. That's maybe what the one side is looking for. And the other side, spending an hour in traffic every single day, having to travel, you have kids, you have responsibilities, you've kind of also grown into this life now where you can be at home a bit more and you can sort of structure your life around that. So that would probably be the other side of that conversation, right? So it's your responsibility as a leader to create that safe environment for your team to be able to speak about why they want to work at the office or why they don't want to work at the office, for instance, right? And what you'll find is once people have, in a safe space, opened up about their reasoning, it's quite easy to reason with someone, I really want to spend more time working with you together, for instance, and the other person on the other side is, wow, that person just wants to work with me. They're not trying to force me to come to the office. They're just looking to collaborate a little bit more. So that's really nice. And you'll find that happens quite a lot. And I think in this kind of situation, what you want to do is find the happy medium, right? Say, I would suggest maybe let's try one more day at the office, right? That's not that big of an investment for your team. We're not going from 0 to 100 or 1 to 5, for instance. We're going from 1 to 2, and that's a nice iterative step. You can try that. Say, hey guys, let's try this for a month, and then we can think about it again. That's not that big of an investment for people. You're asking just for a month of investment, and you'll see how it reacts after that.
Let me summarize what I just heard to the audience. So what we just talked about is the team splitting between people who want to go to the office full time and people who want to stay working hybrid, and how to address that. And what I love, what Jethro said, is to not jump into the solutions, but first create a space where people can express their opinions, their reasons, why they actually want others to go full time and why the others don't want to do that. And maybe from learning from those conversations, you can come up with some solution that meets both sides of the table somewhere in the middle. Thank you very much, Jethro.
Yeah.
I think that was a great one. I have a second question for you, Jethro, and the second one is about disagreement over a design feature. So Sophie, as a product owner, she has a strong opinion on the feature that needs to be developed, but also Lotte, who is our UX and UI designer, of course, she has her own opinions, and you see that the conversations are becoming heated and there is no agreement coming in the team. Have you seen such a situation, and what would you do in such a one?
Yeah, so I think these kind of conversations across the whole organization happen, right? There's always there's often a difference of opinion when it comes to how to implement something or how something should look. In this kind of situation, obviously, we need to distill what both of their opinions are and make sure that we're meeting the business need. That's number one, right? We need to, It doesn't matter kind of what your opinion is around this. We have a certain need that we need to meet. And as long if both opinions meet that need, that's good. That means we have a nice base to work from, right? And I'll say, hey, listen, both of you are trying to achieve the same result. If the conversation is very heated, I may ask them to take a break for a little bit just to cool off, because when tempers or emotions fly too high, it's sometimes very difficult to get that back down to a nice relaxed environment. Again, I think we should try to create a safe environment here, and again bring both opinions to the table about why they want to go a certain way. In this kind of situation where it feels like both are very stubborn in what they want to achieve, unfortunately, sometimes as a leader, you need to pick sides, right? And that's kind of situation, it's hard to say from just a generic situation, but in this kind of situation, I would tend to trust the expert, which would be Lotte, the designer, and say, hey, listen, I would speak to Sophie and say, hey, listen, Sophie, this is Lotte's field of expertise. I think we should trust her here, and I would appeal to that kind of emotional level on Sophie and say, hey, listen, I think we need to trust this person. I think you need to trust me as the leader in this team to make that decision, and I think it's the right decision for the team. It might be the wrong one. You can never really tell with the decision, right? It might be the wrong one, but you can also say, if it's the wrong decision, I'll take responsibility for that. And I think that's important as a leader, is to allow a decision to be made, but also shielding your team by taking responsibility for that decision. So that's what I would do in this situation. Yeah.
Awesome, Jethro. So what we just heard is, in a situation when there is a heated discussion between the two team members, address first the root cause, see what the feature actually needs to be, and how both sides can both go together and achieve that. So also, I like how you picked up on it being a heated conversation. So first, let it cool down, first get the emotions aside, and then discuss on a more logical level, how can we together as a team go in the correct direction? And if necessary, as a team lead, take your responsibility and make a decision. Yeah. Great advice, Jethro. Yeah. Thanks. All right, I think second one nailed, and that's the last one. And it again concerns Lotte. You see it's a troublemaker in the team.
There's one.
So you see there is a passive-aggressive behavior from Lotte towards other junior developers, and that negatively affects the whole situation in the team, right? Yeah. The whole vibe of the team.
Yeah.
How would you react when someone in your team behaves like that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite a common situation, because people don't always like to talk about the things that are making them feel negative towards other people. So they kind of fall back into this passive-aggressive behavior. It's quite common that you see. First of all, I think in this situation, the idea around being passive aggressive means you have something under the hood that's causing you to feel that towards another member of the team. And I would like to remind Lotte in this respect, and this would be feedback that we spoke about last time. My feedback to her in this situation would be, hey, listen, we have an open and honest communication inside of this team. If someone is making you feel a certain way, please speak up about that. Don't be mean, but say you don't like this behavior, or you weren't too happy about this, something that happened. Please speak about that in an open and honest way. I always try and remind every single team that engineering culture, or culture of a team in general, is not owned by one person of the team. One person can be the principal walking around and saying you shouldn't behave like that, but that's not going to help in the team environment, right? Everyone in the team needs to contribute to the culture of that team. And I would remind Lotte that her behavior is negatively affecting the team, and that's not going to help us in the long run. If you have a problem with someone on the team, speak up about it. If you don't feel safe speaking up, about that person to their face. Speak to me about it. I'm the team leader. We can have a nice, open, honest conversation. There's no judgment from my side. That's important, right? I don't want to judge Lotta in this respect. I want to understand what the core problem is, and I want to be able to address that with the other member of the team. Maybe I need to deliver a message to that team member, or we need to change a certain dynamic in the team. Maybe it's not working that two members are working so closely together. Maybe put some distance between them, put them on sort of different areas of the project, just for a bit to see how that works. You know, a team is like a living organism in that respect, right? Sometimes certain information they respond to differently, and you need to move some members around, and you need to kind of just organically let that flow in a certain way. And if you find it's not working in a certain way, just change it up a little bit, let it flow in a different direction, and see how that goes.
And not force your opinions directly on the team.
Absolutely. I think that like I said, the team culture is defined by the team itself, and my opinions might be relative about the team, but that doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. I don't think anyone's right or wrong in the situation, and it's good to just let teams speak about the way they feel and let that evolve organically in its own direction.
Awesome. I love how you, in the one answer, captured both topics we talked about before, communication and feedback. That was great.
Yeah.
So to conclude, in the station, when there's a passive-aggressive behavior towards other team members, again, don't jump into actions. Don't try to give negative feedback to people. Try to listen, try to foster that open communication, and then using your feedback skills, try to give a constructive, clear feedback to people and let them know what expected is from a team member. Awesome. Thank you very much, Jethro. You nailed all the questions again. That was the last one. And I think I promised you coffee last time.
You did.
Well, let's go to the table.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks a lot. I learned personally a lot about resolving conflicts in a better way. How did this conversation feel for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think conflict is an important part of every team. You will find it in every team that you're in. And there's two important factors for me about conflict. Number one is conflict comes from a place of passion, and you really want passionate people working on your team because it means they really care about their work they do. So that's a really good thing. And number two, in order to have conflict in a constructive way, you need to create a safe environment for your members to operate in.
Sounds like you're talking about psychological safety.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the topic of our next episode.
No way.
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions to us or to Jethro, leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.
Bye.